Hey, it's MannytendoSonyfanshow 2011 here, aka MannyTendoWolverine. As you guys know, you guys are invested towards this channel. I'm on Twitter, Instagram, BShoot, Brighteon, and Rumble, Odyssey, and the social media platform you guys can think of. 3 other quick things I want to talk about really fucking quick before I even get into this thing. So holy shit, man. Holy freaking crap. I didn't think this bitch would even be back at all, honestly. This Playmate Tessi shit is back after, like, what, 3.5 months? I remember I did a reaction video on her, because she ended up laughing, making fun of this girl that had cancer. It's still freaking goddamn low blow. It's bull crap. To the furthest, stinks to the high freaking heavens so badly. It's just not good at all. And this chick is still the same old freaking piece of garbage as she was before, because I saw it on bits and pieces. I saw other people like Asha and the dude Oni talked about it. A couple other people talked about it already since those 3.5 months. So I already saw the first 4 or 5 seconds of this thing, and this bitch made it to Dr. freaking Phil. And I already know that dude, like, it's a fake, like, you know, what's it called? It's kind of like a thing before his time, like a year or two before YouTube even existed, in like 05, 2006. Is when he came around. It was 2003 or 4. Still like in middle school at the time when this fool got big at the time. It was about 14, 15, and oh my ass was. My God, crazy, man. Anyways, yeah, before I get into that, I just found out earlier today, or yesterday, there was going to be a, what's it called, State of Play from Sony PS4, PS5, whatever. I didn't even know that was going to be a thing until right before I started, not even right before I did this video, like a day before I even knew. I knew that was going to be a thing. I would have reacted to that instead of this shit. But yeah, I'll still get into that. And there's a Ratchet and Clank thing that came out a couple days ago. I still might react to that, or Monster Hunter, like the next DLC update, Rise 2. So I'm still might do a reaction video to that. I did hear a bunch of other crazy stuff that's happening, but just last week, man. I'm telling you, the world's going to get more crazier, freaking evil than it already is. It's making these pet dog things, which they already been around for a while, even way back in 2011, 2012. Like, when I first made this channel, like, they were kind of a thing, the whole Boston Dynamics stuff. I'm not going to talk too much in there because I don't want to get my fucking channel shut down. So there's that. There's that, and along with a whole bunch of other shit, like, it's more frequent stuff. I think last week or the week before, I heard some shit about, like, I think the U.S. military or the Navy, I don't know if it was the Navy or the Marines. They ended up seeing, like, this fake UFO thing or whatever that was going on, or UAP, I think they're calling them now, or UAV, or UAP. I was like, oh, I can start seeing the more rumors on that. World's become more of a crap hole, and by the time May, June, July comes around, I don't know what the hell's gonna happen. I pray to God it ain't WW3, because if it is, I'm gonna have to stay here to see that shit. Unless, you know, as I get into religion and all that stuff, and I do believe in Jesus and God and Holy Spirit and all that. Trust me, I'm not. And I have read the Bible way back in the day. Well, last year I just started reading the first time, like 14, 15 years, and I planned them and scammed them, it should happen. But let's get into this bitch Playmate Tessi. Can't believe she's here. Let's go.
I'm famous.
Oh, I sped it up a little bit too.
For being beautiful, gorgeous, amazing, and talented. And runway supermodel.
She's just trying to seek Insta fame, you know, through social media, trying to go viral.
Talent!
Oh, yeah, I remember that. I was the one that, like, no offense to the other, who mentioned this other fool I subbed to for a little bit, almost 3-4 years ago, Monday Matt, a little bit. So he was like the Mexican, like, I don't know, Hispanic version of Monday Matt. He just looks a little bit like the fool, man. It came Matt Jarbo. I know he got no shitload of trouble almost 4 years ago because it was false effing or FFing or flagging like freaking other fools' channels. That's crazy because it's the first time I heard of the dude, the quartering later on afterwards. Him and ain't the dumb Pesos dude at the time. Yeah, so I don't know what's gonna happen after this part.
I'm live 24/7. One night I fell asleep during my live stream.
The night that she was streaming herself sleeping, I had zero clue that she was streaming on the internet.
My dad decided that it would be a good idea to yell at my sister, completely stealing my spotlight.
When I tell you to do something, I'm still the boss of you. Am I not?
I literally woke up and people were just making fun of me.
I called Mya, yelling at her to take this video down. I was extremely
I remember when that shit was going on because I remember at the time, oh my God. I wasn't seeing the live stream at the time. This is before I even knew who the hell this bitch was because I heard her when she started getting real big and it was for no reason because this chick just sounds like a very narcissistic, very nihilistic, dumbass piece of garbage. Like, she has no idea what real life reality is the fuck out there, not just here in the social medias and this fake virtual world of social media platforms.
I was coming unglued. She called the police and live streamed that 911 call.
There's people in his system.
I'm like seriously in fear for my life. He's threatening to kill me. He's threatening all this stuff, and it's like I'm really scared.
I noticed that she was still live streaming from the hotel room that she went to that evening. She eventually did get on the phone with me.
You are a narcissistic drama queen, okay? You are.
My dad was just totally
Then they cut out the parts like, oh, you want to be like the Dr. Phil girl from Cash Me Outside? By the way, I heard about a month ago, like, a bunch of other crazy-ass creep mother effers just started straight out going to her OnlyFans the second she turned 18, which that's some real fucked up, you know, pedo predator shit.
lying about me to embarrass me. He even said I was dead to him.
I wish you the best. Goodbye. You're dead to me.
And I'm at the den, and I mean it now.
Till this day, I have not contacted my dad whatsoever. He's just a jealous hater.
Mya is all about trying to be Insta-famous.
My biggest fear is that my dad's going to use this narrative to make me look like a liar.
Well, they haven't seen each other since Dad kicked her out a month and a half ago.
You know, it's funny, this one chick I know, Blair, the Illuminati chick, she talked about how, oh, it's Dr. Phil's just a fake clickbait and switch. He uses a lot of degeneracy and he uses a lot of, like, scare shock tactics for, like, get his views. I didn't even know what the fuck this shit was until, like, 2007, 08. I started doing YouTube and shit for the first time. At that time, I was Silver Timberwolf. That's like older. And I think I only had, like, 200, 300, 400 subs out there at the most. And then, like, Kirby Star 101, I saw one I used to have way back in the day. I was like, still my mid-late teens at the time. The only two things I think of it did over there was real old, like, movie reviews. That and a few rant things that were going on controversially in mainstream media at the time.
Jim, come on out now. Have a seat.
See, I'm going to put this faster.
Why did you kick her out?
She had,
So that way I'm wasting your guys' time, so I'm going to put it a little bit quicker. Main original video down below.
that day she had made a video of doing a tour of her sister's room and had invaded what I consider invading her sister's privacy. And she, once I took off the Wi-Fi, and what I didn't know was the whole evening she was doing her streams, I guess bashing me on the internet to her fans.
You got a lot of attention for a video that you didn't want to go out, but it went out, right?
No, that's not true.
What happened?
So what happened was I was just being famous, and one of my viewers reposted the clip.
What do you mean you were just being famous? How do you be famous?
I guess just being like gorgeous, beautiful, amazing, talented, and just a celebrity, you know?
So you're...
She's still a dumbass piece of shit, I swear, man. I don't think she was ever trolling on this shit. I think she was 100% legit serious. She really has this narcissistic nihilism bullshit fucking spewing narcissistic garbage that she's like a spewing, just spewing out of the freaking like aether, man, like out of the void. It's fucking disgusting. This is why I never ever, the billionaires ever want to have fucking kids, especially they end up acting like this shit. Fuck that, man. They would be completely DEAD to me too. So I don't blame the dad for defending himself.
Gorgeous,
Beautiful, amazing, and
talented, and a celebrity.
Yeah. And you know what? Like, I can't just not be gorgeous, so I just don't really care, you know?
And how do you define famous?
Me. I knew I was born famous, a superstar.
And if you're... No, hold on. Seriously, I'm trying to figure this out so I know.
Sucks.
You're famous in whose, other than yours, whose eyes are you famous in?
The Globe.
The Globe.
Yeah.
On YouTube, you have less than 10,000 subscribers.
Oh, no, that's, yeah, like that's, you know, it's a glitch. It's a glitch.
No, it's not a glitch. It's the number of followers or subscribers you have.
No, Dr. Phil, it's 100% a glitch. It's, you know, it's supposed to be a capital B at the end, not a K at whatever. I think I'm at 7 billion.
Do you know what the world population is?
Oh my god. No way in hell she would have 7 billion subscribers. There's no fucking way now. As far as the whole glitching shit goes, yeah, the algorithm sometimes it does decrease like the shit of views that you get. I know I've seen that a bunch. I think I got like 40, 50 views like the last time I did like not a reaction video, but it was another one. And I was talking about Gio Carano again and the Vic Mignogna stuff that went down. I guess that was still a hot topic at the time. That's why I got 40, 50 plus views on that thing instead of like usual 10 or 15 views I get. So yeah, I know it does suppress the crap out of your stuff. It depends on what you say in the algorithm, especially if you use a fuck ton of profanity, like I just said, like fuck, shit, bitch, ass, and all that. You get more decreased down, which sucks, but I don't give a rat's ass. So not changing for a robotic machine algorithm to like tell me what to say and how to think and all that shit. That's fucking garbage. Should be able to have freedom of speech. So she probably knows about the fake algorithm stuff and how sometimes the algorithm might unsubscribe to your channels that you really like watching. Unless you give it a crap load of likes and you hit the bell notification, then it might work. I don't know, but let's move on.
I don't keep up with, you know, the pores really. I just don't.
Well, the world population is around 7 billion. So are you saying that everybody in the
Yeah,
world?
I just said I'm famous.
Everybody in the world follows you?
Yeah, I mean, duh. Like, I'm globe famous. I'm global famous.
Fucking Lord.
Well, there aren't enough people
So
that
fucking
have access to YouTube
stupid,
to
bro.
have 7 billion of them
Not a
following you.
technologist.
Still
I'm
doesn't
just a
see the
celebrity.
arrogancy of
A month and a half ago,
dumbass,
Mya
like-
says she was trolling people
Right.
while live streaming on a video chat site. She says people got so upset with her and tried to cancel her even after she posted an apology video.
One day, I was just doing my thing being famous, and I decided to just troll. How pathetic can you be? You're fat.
Relentlessly talk about how fat and disgusting and
Here it
ugly
was.
your younger
I was
sister
gonna
is.
skip that.
That
part,
is
I already
poverty
saw that
propaganda,
before.
and I literally didn't
You
hear
guys can
anything.
watch
I
it down
only hear
below.
money, and it
Like,
sounded poor. But
switch
yeah,
the
no, that's
mouse
not
to
even
the
true.
original video.
That is definitely over-exaggerating, 100% fully lying.
I noticed in the bottom left-hand corner that you had a pink thing there. You're raising money to $500,000 to buy a Lamborghini.
Yes, a pink Lamborghini.
Yeah, and how much have you raised?
I don't really keep track.
Yeah,
And
that
they
says
were-
you've raised
Oh, speaking of
5,000.
which, I remember it's fun because I remember like right around the time that she started being controversial, I looked at her 2 other like backup channels. I think she called Playmate Tessi #1 or Playmate Tessi Music or whatever, and she sung about some garbage ass pink line. I listened to all 4 of these. I think she had like 14 or 15 mind-numbing bullcrap, which I had to watch a whole bunch of truth or conspiracy sword theory like videos to get me more smarter as shit. Maybe a little bit more intellectual for the fucking brain cells I lost from that stupid 14, 15 like music things that she made. And she said something about a pink Lamborghini. It's just so silly as hell. And then she made want to be a diss track to Pokimane and a bunch of other fucking garbage out there, and James Charles or whatever.
$303, which is 1.3% of your goal of
Yeah,
getting
but
a
that was like,
Lamborghini.
probably the 10th one repeat. I just want what I want. I mean, yeah, I've said racist things all my lives. I've said that Germans were Nazis, Mexicans were all poor, but like that doesn't make me fucking racist. Target is on forehead. Yes, real Hinduism vibes. When I say those things, it's not like it's coming out of a place of hate. Most people know that I'm joking.
These things that she says are racist.
Get your ass back to cooking right.
Our family is very multi-ethnic. She's experienced multiple cultures. She's also part Asian. For her to attack other minorities, it was just painful to watch.
Wow.
You've had racist comments about Mexicans, Germans, Indians, mocking religion, such as praying for forgiveness or Hinduism, mocking disabilities and illnesses, such as Down syndrome, cancer, and autism, commenting on gender and sexuality, transgender and gay. You fat shame people, and you tell them that they're ugly. What's the purpose?
I'm obviously joking. Like, it's just saying random things.
Am I talking to a persona here? Am I talking to a character here?
I don't know this person sitting across from me. This is not my daughter. This is a character. I'm looking at this person as like a stranger to me.
Yeah.
What's the character? This is just very annoying because you've said a lot more offensive and hateful things my entire life. You said just because you don't make videos about it doesn't mean you don't make those comments. I was simply trolling.
You're famous for trolling?
Not necessarily. I like to be well-rounded. I'm famous for being beautiful, smart, having a really big brain. Like, I do trolling, I do cooking, I like to be well-rounded.
Jim says Mya has told her followers a trove of lies about him, including that he allegedly abused her growing up. Well, Mya claims that's not a lie. She says that's 100% true.
My dad has been physically abusive, emotionally abusive, and mentally abusive for as far back as I can remember.
You come clean this mess up right now.
Get away from me, I'll clean it!
Clean it now.
I remember my dad calling me a bitch, a whore, telling me to commit suicide. My dad has physically abused me in numerous ways.
I've never abused my daughter. Back in her younger years, she had been seeing a counselor. They saw bruises on her. She had told these professionals that I was beating her. The actual truth was the bruises on her were from when she would have meltdowns. I would be restraining her. I would have to hold her from her arms. So she would have bruises here on her upper arms.
Put that plate in the sink.
How am I gonna sleep when you're all up in my face?
Because you threw this food. You lost control of your temper.
Everything I've ever said regarding my dad has been nothing.
You never know. I don't know if the dad was abusive as shit or not, because I remember he made this older video like a day or two after the whole incident happened. He started crying and like having a break. It's like, I never thought I'd have it. The bad dude, my girls, I just love it so much. He did this fucking thing. I don't know if it was real or fake. It sucks if it was real. And my God, that must have hurt like a bitch. Luckily for me, I'll never experience that as a parent because I'll never have to worry about ever getting hurt by my children. Thank freaking Jesus for that. That's what we all we got for that, man. Because if it was, I probably would have a serious meltdown too, but I probably wouldn't do it on camera. But let's move on.
But 100% fully the truth.
I believe that Mya is making these statements of abuse to draw empathy to her as a way to play the victim herself and to garner sympathy from the internet.
He's a monster.
Are you abusive? Have you been abusive to Mya?
I mean, if I get angry and raise my voice to my daughters, and that's part of how I'm disciplining them, I don't feel like it's, as she puts it out, it's constant and nonstop.
Okay, well, now answer my question.
Yes, sir.
Are you verbally, mentally, emotionally abusive to your daughters?
If I had been between police visits, doctors, counselors, therapists, she wouldn't have been living with me up until she was 18.
Well, here's a little bit of what Mya's live stream caught while she was sleeping, and Jim's in the background, and this is one of the things he objected to her putting out there.
This is way ancient. No.
Why ain't you listening to me? I told you several times, stop your
Jump in and out of the little picture of the
It's not
guy.
helping
That's
you.
really
That you
different.
getting pissy and getting on your mom helped you.
Yeah, he didn't have like little like.
It's not. I'm about to not help you at all. Because that's pissing me off. I don't like that woman. Okay, I don't care what your feelings. I'm not telling you not to love your mom. But your mom okay? Your mom is a narcissistic selfish fool. That's what she is.
Didn't I call her a
Or
bitch?
she don't touch around. Thank God I don't have no STDs. Whose life has gotten better compared to me and your mom? I'm not getting good right now. I'm about to get bed. I'm the healthiest I've ever been. My health is getting better. My job is hopefully about to get really good this year. I'm getting right far.
Okay, that's you, right?
Yeah, that's-
And you're talking to her younger sister?
Yes.
That sounds pretty abusive.
Okay, the
That's
fake
nothing,
violence.
though,
So
Dr.
she had a phone conversation with her mother where she was giving her mother a lot of attitude, and I repeatedly asked her to drop the attitude.
So you were taking up for her mother?
I was chewing her out over the phone call, her not listening to drop her
Because it
attitude.
sounds to me like you were really dogging on her mother.
I mean, yes, at that point of conversation, and
You
I
calling her a
apologize.
whore and a
I
number of other
apologize
things.
for that. I did a response video where part of that was me apologizing for some of the things I said.
Has he yelled at you that way?
That's nothing, Dr. Phil. That's nothing. When my dad decided to announce my medical records, I wasn't surprised. That's who my dad is.
She has been to psychiatrists and psychologists, at least 6 doctors, 2 behavioral health institutions. She's been on multiple medications, had multiple diagnoses. She one time threatened to jump out of a 4-story apartment window, and that caused a lot of attention.
Part of my statement was to defend myself. There was a lot of comments that were accusing me of not addressing her mental health and getting her the help that she needed.
The only doctors I've ever seen were appointed by CPS, Child Protective Services.
I've spent over $40,000 in the past 7-8 years on her mental health and well-being.
My dad's poor. Total lie. Like he sold his house to buy a car.
Mya was diagnosed with Asperger's, ODD, depression, anxiety, borderline personality disorder.
He would want me to have as many
last
diagnoses
part,
as
the
possible,
whole-
but it's like I'm just depressed and
The whole
anxious.
personality disorder, yeah, I could probably believe that. But the other two, she could have Asperger's disease and Down syndrome. And I don't think she would have had that because I thought she was like, I don't know, in Venezuela, Mexican, Colombian, Argentina, and Cuban or something. She's part Asian. I didn't know that. But let's continue.
I've done above and beyond the call of duty as a parent to try to get her help.
My mental health history is just another mask for him to protect himself and deflect from the abuse he put me through.
Okay, Jim, I got to ask you, what are you thinking? Why are you going on the internet and saying these things about your own child?
Because hundreds of comments are coming in about how I'm an abusive parent, how I've not gotten her the proper behavioral mental health care, that she needs to be seen by a doctor, psychiatrist. Like, I'm getting all these messages where people are making
That's kind of the part where he screwed up a little bit. You know, that dude's a lot older than me. He's probably like, I don't know, 49, 52. Probably around the same age my mom is. Or almost my dad. Because my old man is a whole other different thing. He's almost a 6 of his. Yeah, sometimes, yeah, I'm not going to lie. Sometimes he was a little bit of a piece of crap garbage. And other times he was like the coolest person in the world, thank God. Thank God that he is. Sometimes super chilled, down to earth, humble person. Other times, gonna be a little bit of overly religious, as far as I could say. Sometimes, I only see him like once or twice out of the month. But anyways, yeah, that's where he started feeding a lot of the trolls. It's fucking sad, to be honest. You should never put that personal information out there. How, oh yeah, I wasn't abusing my kids and shit. I'm a good parent, you know. Only Yahweh God knows. But let's continue.
that she's never had any help or attention in her life for that, and that was part of my response.
These are people you don't know.
People I don't know. But again, I'm an author, I'm a cybersecurity expert. I have things that my character reputation is being called into question. So.
You were clearly attempting to derogate her.
And this was less than 24 hours later after she called 911 and she
Right.
left the house.
I get there are justifications you're pointing to, but
just
a parent doesn't. A parent doesn't do that with one of their own children, whatever age they are, whether they're 30 or 13. You don't publicly humiliate someone in your own family. Does that make sense to you?
Yeah, and I think I was emotional because I felt I'd been publicly humiliated by her.
I was just happy I left safely. Nobody cared about it. He's the one that blew this up.
Well, here's
He
an
knew I was
excerpt of
live, so
what
he
Jim
called
said
me.
on a live stream phone call with Mya shortly after he kicked her out of his house.
You are a narcissistic drama queen. You can't do the basic things like bathe, take a bath.
Save your breath. This is just the beginning. This is just the beginning.
I wish you the best. Goodbye. You're dead to me.
You're dead to me.
That was in December.
And when we were talking to you in the interview, and you said, I said it then, and I say it now. You say she's still dead to you.
All this changed in 3 weeks.
Seems like I'm alive.
I'm trying to figure out whether
I'm not gonna talk about it.
you're playing a character or if in fact you suffer from some type of mental illness. You know you don't have 7 billion followers.
Sure, whatever. Yeah, yes, Dr. Phil, I know I don't.
Okay, Jim says Mya has been defiant for years, and getting her to clean or do simple tasks like bathe were a constant struggle. Well, we'll talk about that when we come back.
Before I kicked her out of my house, her room was a constant mess. Food, trash in her room. In regards to her hygiene, Mya would go through phases where she would not bathe for a couple days in a row.
So I just love showering. Showering's my thing. Yeah, I took a shower. Yeah, I shower.
And then one particular incident, she threw a plate of food downstairs instead of bringing it down.
You threw this food and you spit on my floor. You clean this now.
That's pretty much how it gets in our household.
Well, I'm trying to figure out how we got into this situation, and so I've looked at some of the things from past years before this popped up to see what the relationship dynamic was. And I found this videotape interesting, and I'd like for the two of them to comment on it after we take a look.
Now, why? What was so wrong with Daddy giving you hugs?
Oh, there's another one. All right, I'll slow it down for this. I remember seeing that.
Because I kept hugging you and then you kept like, oh, wait, tickle.
I didn't tickle. I said, give me hugs.
Then I hugged you and then you were acting like you're going to tickle me when we were sitting, and then you kept saying, hug, more hug, wait, and then you kept hugging me.
Well, give me hugs. Give me hugs. Why you have to act like this? Give me hugs. It's just hugs.
What's your characterization of that interaction?
I didn't see any of that.
That was we were overseas, and that was maybe.
I didn't even know that older video existed, man. And she already started having a lot of mental effed up psychological breakdowns. I don't know.
Before her mother last moved in, we were separated, and so we were trying to discuss a possible reconciliation. And so I noticed that Maya's behavior had turned to a situation similar to that, and then after her mother came to live with us, then it resulted in the episode where she eventually threatened to jump out of a window. But I just noticed that.
Well, hell, I think I might want to jump out of a window if you're badgering me like that. Well, what do you?
That's nothing. That's nothing.
I mean, seriously, didn't that? As you look at that now, doesn't it seem like you're?
It just felt odd that she was not wanting to give me a hug. It just felt odd and strange to me.
You live streamed a 911 call.
Yeah, no, so there's two separate occurrences, and that's where the confusion comes from. My sister's banging on my door with my dad on the phone, loud phone, and he's yelling these threats to me. I went back on live because I was in fight or flight mode, and I did not know what was happening, because when somebody tells you that they are coming for you now, that they're on the way now, and that if they see you, that they're going to cause harm to you, they're coming now, they're coming for you now. No, there was two conversations, and he did this on purpose.
I told you you had an hour to leave, get a hotel,
he's lying right now. There were two phone calls.
There was not a
He's
threatening
lying,
call.
Dr. Phil. Can we have a lie detector test?
Well, here's the 911 call.
Emergency police assistant.
Maya, I'm like seriously in fear for my life.
I just need to from you, okay? We're gonna help you.
He basically said that if I am not out in an hour, that he is going to like seriously harm me, telling me to leave right now or he will like hurt me. No, he is not there right now. He said that he will be back in an hour. So I'm terrified. Like, I need help. I'm seriously scared that my dad will actually kill me, and I don't want to end up on the news. I'm really scared.
Does he have any weapons with him?
Yes, he has multiple weapons. Please have someone come.
Can you look at the window and see if my officer is there?
Yes.
Almost there.
For me, by being live, I felt like if my dad came before the police came, because I only had them come, not to arrest him, not to file a report. I had them come to make sure that I could get to my hotel safely.
So
I just said,
y'all
bring
called the
somebody
police
here.
like 50 times?
He's called them for documenting paper trail purposes, not me.
Oh, you've never called 911?
I mean, I'm sure I've called a couple times.
So what does Maya's mom have to say about all this? Y'all have to be wondering where she is in all this. We talked to her. We'll find out what she had to say next. Well, as I said, we talked to Maya's mother, and she gave us a statement, and here it is. I want to defend Maya. She is a victim of Jim's. He created this, but she seeks attention in a sick way because she's never been validated before. Jim was physically abusive to me and Maya, but he was smart about it. Jim would hold me against the bed. He pushed my head on the floor. A few times he held a gun to my head. Maya was spanked many times. Sometimes he left marks. I only stayed because I couldn't.
I don't know if that's true or not. This could all be fabricated and might not be real at all. So it's like, they live in a Matrix simulation. I don't know. Let's move on.
Maya on my own. Jim would tell Maya, "You're stupid, or you're going to fail in life." She can lie too. Maya cannot manage her emotions. I eventually had to leave because Jim was abusive to me. I wanted to take Maya with me, but I was scared of her at times, and I couldn't handle her alone.
Yeah, that's filled with lies. I mean, me and my ex-wife are bitter.
Lying.
And
Then where did the CPS reports come from? She's not lying.
She is an adult as well. If she believed those statements that she made, then why did she not?
Then why did she leave me at 8 years old?
Why did she
leave at 8 years old? Why did she leave her kids at 8 years old?
Two divorces, and she had 2 opportunities with a lawyer, and she has her own income and career.
Besides the divorce, she has been living separate for.
If these statements are true, Dr. Phil, she's had 2 times at least to get custody of Maya, and
Right.
twice Maya has went to live with her. So if she truly believed this as a parent, then she could have saved Maya from a life of abuse. If she truly believes this.
In fairness to you, let me be very clear. So you're saying in these statements that what is not true? She says you held it.
This is all slander and not true.
Okay, well, and that's what I say. I want to give you the opportunity to.
So my rebuttal, Dr. Phil, is
You didn't hold a gun to her head.
No, sir.
Not once, not twice. You didn't abuse her.
No, sir.
You didn't hold her head down on the floor. You didn't.
No, sir. She held her mother's head down on the floor during the family violence.
I've literally seen my dad beat my mom. I've seen it. I've seen one of the gun incidents. I've seen it myself.
But you say it didn't happen.
It did not happen, Doctor.
And you're saying if it did, she had plenty of opportunities to allege that in a petition,
Yes.
divorce petition, and assert that, and she never did. I really think sometimes all you can do is take the high road. You have to be the calm in the eye of the storm, and I don't think you ever.
It's kind of something that dude Orange Man, Mr. Trump at the time when he was still selected president. None of that shit's elected. It's all bullshit. Political Democrat, Republican. It's trash. I don't believe in none of it at all. To be honest, but whether it's real or not, I don't know. The calm of the eye of the storm. I don't know. Some crazy shit like that.
Parent a child, manage a relationship by humiliating someone publicly, regardless of what they do to you. Just father to father, I would tell you, take the high road and stand down here. Mya, you have to make a decision about who you are. And if I was marketing you, I wouldn't market you the way you're marketing yourself. I think you would blow up 10 times where you are at this point if you went positive and tried to share yourself with particularly young girls and gave them something to aspire to. And I do think that you suffer from some mental and emotional discomfort. And I would think on your own, you would want to resolve some of that pain. And I'm willing to help you do that. I'm willing to get you an individual therapist that you can talk to online through Doctor On Demand. It's a company that we own, and you can sit there and talk to a board-certified licensed therapist that you can have private time with and discuss issues that you want to help resolve some of the emotional pain that you have. I wish nothing but the best for you, because I think you would be a lot more marketable if you went positive.
It's like I'm not hurting anybody. I just wish people would like.
No, but you might be hurting you, and you say everybody's jealous of you. I'm married to one of the most beautiful women in the world, and she's not jealous of you, I guarantee you. And she has millions of people that follow her just because they aspire to. They aspire to what she stands for. She fights domestic violence, and she's a fashion icon. I mean, there's so many things that people aspire to. I know how positive works, and I know you have that in you. Just think of it. Just consider it.
I'm famous for being beautiful.
Is his teen
You have cancer. You are such a loser.
a narcissistic
Yeah, so I guess that's it. Yeah, so overall thoughts.
drama queen?
Thoughts, views, and opinions. My God, it's all already finished now. I don't know whether this chick went through a lot of. And I'm not going to say any of it because I know how YouTube is with the tinfoil hat conspiracy, because you already know I bought a lot of it. Like I said, the truth or community stuff. Like, got to give big ups to my girl, like 7 Grains of Salt, or Know the Truth. And then another chick, I forgot her name. Oh yeah, Never Lose Truth, Really Grace, for all these other fools that are in the truth or movement community. They know what's up. They know a lot of this stuff is either some government psyop shit that happens, or it's a social engineering controlled opposition. Maybe she was like a part of them culture, like shattering of them culture, mind control shit. I don't know. Maybe it's real or not. And the dad is one of those evil Masonic motherfuckers. He's a piece of shit. But if he wasn't, he's just a legit everyday average dude, and yeah, then he should be innocent. You know, I'm just saying, just putting it out there. I don't know if this is going to get her as big as old Bad Baby, since she's been on Dr. Phil. Just what's happened to her, I think it was 2015-16. So 5-6 years ago. So, I don't know. We'll see what happens in due time. Hopefully I don't have to hear this chick ever again. She's got a real nasty, narcissistic, nihilism, like demonic entity shit that's happening to her. I'm not saying I'm a pastor or minister or any of that. Maybe she does. Everybody's got to fight their own spiritual fucking demons on this world, which sucks. That's all I can say for now. I'm out of here. Links down below. Oh, I still may or may not react to the Ratchet and Clank. I know it's going to be almost a week old since it happened, or the monster and everything. And the State of Play, I'll probably do that tomorrow. You know, it just came out today, so if I don't have it up by Friday, it'll probably be Saturday, because I'm doing this on Thursday. And that's it. Links down below, and I'm done. Peace out once again, ladies and gentlemen. Fanboys and fangirls, as always. Otakus, Nikki, Kamoji, we'll see you when I see you guys. Day, good night, wherever you're universe out there. Stay tuned more future content, channel, little video, game news, and non-news, internet news, Twitter, Tessi, drama news, reaction news, like reaction videos like this one. That's what I meant to say. And that's it. Peace out, my sauerkraut. Ladies and goodbye. See you awesome, people on the flip side. I'm out here. Later.